Good evening. We want to invite you to sing with us a little bit. So if you're willing, we invite you to stand or you can sit and sing with us. It's in every one of us. Would you join us? Here we go. It's in every one of us. It's in every one of us, I and I. It's in every one of us to be free. Light with yourself, open your eyes to see. We can all have everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, here and now.
All right, as you take and sit down, turn to your neighbor and just welcome them to an absolutely wonderful year. All right, now you have to sit down pretty soon or you'll be late to your New Year's Eve parties. Welcome to our Burning Bowl service. Tonight is all about doing that very special work that helps us let go of those things that no longer serve us and embrace those beautiful things on your heart. And we're in a powerful year, a powerful time to really say yes to those things that are on your heart, to call them forth for an absolutely wonderful year that is before us. So I want to welcome everyone, and also we've got young folks here that have been getting ready and writing their letters, and so we want to appreciate their being here with us. And there's going to be a number of times here where we are in that process of doing inner work, because as you know, that's what makes the difference. That's where we let go, that's where we take a hold. So we'll be going through some of those processes, and we're a very full room, so kind of give everybody that little extra room they may need to get it up, to move about, to go into their processes tonight. So take that deep breath through your heart. And I'm going to ask Sheila to lead us into this experience through the power of prayer.
I invite you to close your eyes and open that inner eye where we see truly. And breathing in and out through your heart, allow yourself to open that sacred chamber where you meet and greet the Lord of your being. And Father, Mother God, in whom we live and move and have our being, we are so grateful for this opportunity on this last day of the year to tap into the places within ourselves and discover that which we no longer want to bring with us into a new day. Those things that no longer serve us, and releasing them this night, never again having to take them on. And offering ourselves to a conversation with you, where we make an agreement about what is to come. We thank you for this time, for it is so essential at this particular time on our planet, as we are rising to higher levels of awareness, opening us to the truth of our being and knowing you more. And as we move through this process tonight, we say within us, God, I want to know you more. God, I want to know you more. God, I want to know you more. Would you say this with me 3 times? God, I want to know you more. God, I want to know you more. God, I want to know you more. And even before we ask, we know you have heard us, and it is done. And so it is. And in gratitude for this prayer, let us sing, thank you for this day. The words are, thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This wonderful, this beautiful day. This beautiful day. And then we'll sing, thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. And we'll go back to thank you for this day. So let's sing that together, okay? All right. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. What's that meant to you? For this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day.
Now you know, if you're really going to let come into your life what you want in this year ahead, you got to make room. Okay? And you make room by letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Anybody have anything like that they're willing to let go of? Brought a little bit of that tonight. Okay? Now, there's 2 steps in that letting go. The letting go actually isn't that hard because you've been waiting to do it. So we got to start with the real work. The first step is appreciation. Appreciation is how we take the wisdom from those experiences that have been challenging, have been difficult. When your soul said, yes, I'm willing to walk through this, it wasn't so you could have a hard time. It was so you could gain that deep spiritual wisdom, insight, understanding, that growth of your being. So whatever it is, that number one thing that you want to let go of, I invite you right now to take that movement, to look at it and enter into appreciation. Find something within it to appreciate. Appreciate what you have gained. Appreciation gives us the wisdom from the past and draws the good to us. Take a deep look. And those of you that are joining us online, this is your time. You're with us. This is that time to really take a look. That which you want to let go of. What is it that you have gained from that experience? Now, as you see that, feel the appreciation for yourself that you have grown, that you have met that challenge in life, and you are wiser, stronger, more firmly in that power of the beautiful spiritual being that you are. Feel it. Breathe it through your heart. I want to take and share with you, as you feel that and understand that power of appreciation. I want to share with you the experience of a little boy who made a journey into manifesting his dream. And what touched me about his dream is that it was impossible. And so when I find people that can do the impossible, it always helps me a little bit to go, oh, mine's not even impossible. It just requires a little effort, maybe a little more than I was going to give. So I can step into that. Now, the little boy's name is Kimili. And Kimili lived in Africa. And he found himself as a young child in a very difficult position. Okay, he did not have a father. His grandparents had been killed. His mother had a number of difficulties. They were very poor in the tribe that they lived in because of their poverty and what had happened in their family. They were viewed by that group of people as subhuman. So even within the community in which he lived, he was the least. Very difficult place to be, particularly when you're a young boy and you don't understand all those things. Well, Kimili's mother became sick. And so he had to take his mother many miles to where there was a health clinic. He got to the clinic, and there was a doctor there that responded to his mother, took care of his mother. And then he had to take his mother home. Now, what happened for him was in that experience of watching that doctor care for his mother, he found a dream on his heart. He wanted to be a doctor. Now, he wasn't fully aware of the statistics that no one in his tribe had ever even graduated from a high school. No adult or child in his world had ever received substantial education. And that within his tribe, he was not the son of the chief or someone that might get privilege. He was the least. But he felt that desire on his heart. And he ignited it by appreciating that when there was the need, there was a doctor. And the doctor responded to his mother. So he ended up in his heart, in that great place of appreciation. whatever it is, even when we think we're at the end of the line, that things aren't working, somewhere within that experience is the place of appreciation. So just take a deep breath for a moment and rest in that feeling of appreciation. And from that feeling, then, we have the power to move in to our second step, the step of release.
So I invite you to join us in singing this song. I'm sure most of you know it, I Release and I Let Go by Ricky Byers.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Okay, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, one more time, come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Okay, it's about that time. You have to, now you understand, you really have to let go of it. Okay? No matter how familiar and comfortable it's gotten, or how much you enjoy running it through your head and saying those things to that person again that you never really said anyhow. Okay? You got to be willing to let it go. Are you ready? Now, we're going to invite you to take and write on a sheet of paper. And if you don't have something to write with, you don't have paper, raise your hand, and our ushers have them, and they'll bring them to you. So keep your hand in the air until you get what you need. And sincerely look at your heart and say, am I ready to let go? And let's bring up our affirmation to keep in mind as you do your writing. Through God's love, I release that which no longer serves me. Please join me. Through God's love, I release that which no longer serves me. And again, through God's love, I release that which no longer serves me. And once again, through God's love, I release that which no longer serves me. So as you write down, when you've got that list to the point that feels right for you, I invite you to go outside, and we have our burning bowls outside. Take and put it in, and as you see that light, as you see that turn to smoke, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. As our folks are coming back in, so help everyone find back to their seat. We have a few more folks that are still doing their burning and letting go. So I invite you to take a deep breath through your heart. And now you get to appreciate letting go. Doesn't that feel good? Just breathe that appreciation, that freedom. From letting go, you are free. It is gone. It serves you no more. And you have let it go. Now, while the last of our folks are coming back, let me share with you the next step of little Kimiki's experience. So this little boy found that as he learned what it meant to be someone like a doctor that could heal, that could help people, that you had to start by learning. You had to start by going to school, and there was no school anywhere near his village. And so his letting go was letting go of everything that he thought he was and everything in his world, and getting up and walking out of his village and leaving everything behind, because he'd heard of a village where they'd gather around under a tree and teach the children. And so he left his world. Now, when you're a young being, that's a pretty big leaving. But he let go because what was on his heart was so strong. So know if he can let go that completely, so can we. It's easy. And you've already done it. So appreciate that letting go, and let's remember where it all comes from.
We want to look at this next step, which is giving. Giving. You know, we talk about giving in many aspects of our lives, but there is a greater understanding of giving when you realize that in the universe there is a giving and receiving going on at all times. It's called the law of compensation, and you may have heard it as what you give out is what you give back, what you get back. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But it is a natural, universal law. It is a principle, it is a foundational principle to having the richness flow into our lives that we desire. And it all begins when we make the decision to give. Mother Teresa says, it's not how much you give, it's the amount of love that you put into your giving. And so the giving does not begin with your wallet, your checkbook. The giving begins with your heart. The purity of the heart, the desire, that deep desire, that burning desire to serve through giving of yourself. In Unity, we talk about tithing, and we don't just talk about tithing money. We say your time, your talent, and your treasure. Giving at every level. Mind, body, spirit. Mind, idea, expression. Giving, but it begins in the heart with a rich desire to give. There's a story I read once on the internet, and I wish I could give you names, places, and times, but I can't. But a woman who was very, very poor, and she had been ill and had no one to care for her. She had no family. And a neighbor nearby heard about her plight and went over to take care of her. And she was there every day bringing her soup and food and feeding her and cleaning her up and cleaning her bed and cleaning her house and making sure she had beautiful flowers and so forth. And when the woman got well, she wanted to give something, but she had nothing to give. And there was a picture that had hanging on her wall. It had been given to her by her mother, and that had been given to the mother by the grandmother, and it went back many generations. And she took that picture and wrapped it in newspaper and gave it to this woman and said, I want you to have it. The woman took it, looked at the painting, and it was so lovely. She decided to have someone look at it and tell her about it. About 6 months later, this woman and another person showed up at this woman's house, where it was revealed to them that the painting was worth $500,000. It begins with the heart. Her heart was open. It was so big. She was so grateful that she gave the only thing she had, this $500,000 painting. And she had no idea. She just wanted to give. And the scripture says, give and it's given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, back in good measure, God gives it back to you. So let's look at our affirmation on giving. We have, okay. And excuse me, it's difficult to see. God blesses me with much abundance. God's love blesses me with true abundance. Thank you. I can't see it, so I admit it. God's love blesses me with true abundance. Again, God's love blesses me with true abundance. God's love blesses me with true abundance. And in that consciousness, I now invite you to prepare for a time of giving, to share with this ministry. And so as you take your tithes and offerings in your hands, I'll give you a moment to get them in your hands. And whatever you give, begin it in the heart. Feel it in the heart. It's not how much you give, it's how much love you put into your giving. And I invite you to say with me our regular offertory statement. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And God is the source and we are the channels.
As you feel that love in your giving, part of the power of the experience is that you feel and are open to that love that has given to you. That love that has brought to you the true dream on your heart. Let yourself feel that, and let this time of giving be a time when we are opening and letting that experience of our heart's desires come ever more fully into our awareness.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. One more time. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Oh, let's do it some more. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. 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 Yes.
Took those first two steps, appreciating what we gained so we could free the past. And then that step of choosing to let go and going down, burning, releasing that from the past. We embrace the flow of goodness by the experience of giving. And now it's that time to really take a hold of that which your heart really desires. To say yes to it, to embrace it, to call it forth. Now, the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to invite you to write a letter to God. And because we've got a nice relationship, we'll hold it for you. Because you know what happens, it's within you. So, but in the letter that we're going to invite you to write now, I want you to write down that which is your heart's desire for this coming year. What is it that you want at the end of the year when we mail this letter out to you? And you sit there, you open it up, and you go, yes, it's all here. It is my reality. It is my experience. So that process of looking within, and just check. Look and see, is every part of your life filled with God's abundance? Goodness. If it doesn't feel that way, then that means there's room to call forth more goodness there. Every part of my life is overflowing with God's goodness. Join me. Every part of my life is overflowing with God's goodness. Again. Every part of my life is overflowing with God's goodness. Feel that abundance. Feel that goodness. Again. Every part of my life is overflowing with God's goodness. So as you accept that goodness that's going to flow in, fill your life this year, you can write that letter to God. We invite you to put a return address, put your address so that we can mail it out to you, so that by this time next year, you'll get it. Will come in the mail. You get a chance to see that what you have called forth has manifested abundantly in your life. And when you complete your letter and envelope, I invite you to come up and prayerfully and gratefully, knowing that it is given, place it here in our basket. And as we do this, I invite us to stay in that place of prayer, that place of gratitude and appreciation, and hold a quietness so that each one can touch the depth of that love for them that does desire to express right here and now in their lives. And I want to invite those of you online. This is your time. Write down that which is truly on your heart, because it is that divine love that placed it on your heart. Call it forth, because the time is now. as we bring the last of the envelopes up here. And if you haven't gotten yours yet, that's okay. Keep right on coming. I thought I might share with you a little bit about the dream of that little boy. Part of the steps of that were to really learn in a place where there was little. And Camelia ended up leaving the little village where the little kids were being taught under the tree and walking to a town 9 miles away and asking to be a part of a school, not having any money or any books or anything else or any family. They ended up saying yes, simply because they were touched by the courage of his heart. Several years ago, Camille graduated from Stanford University with his master's degree and is now in special training as an ambassador of world peace. Anything is possible when that divine love puts it on your heart. It has already put everything you need before you. If we will but step forward, call it forth, bring it into our reality. Here, so we got a little room. There we go. So I invite you to connect again with the steps that we've been through. Because what we do here on New Year's Eve, this opportunity to draw forth this new year and the beautiful new things in our lives, there's also many times along the way when we need to take these steps because it's time to bring something new forth. The first is appreciation. Appreciation gives us the wisdom from the past and draws our new good to us. The second is release, that willingness to let go of that which no longer serves you. And then giving, because giving sets that beautiful flow in motion. I look forward in the coming weeks to share Kamiki's giving with you. It was in his giving that he touched the world. And then writing this letter to God, affirming the good that is in your heart, owning it, saying yes, calling it forth, because it's already given. The choice is ours to receive. Lead us a song?
I've got a really great song for you. It's called the Receiving Chant. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it's for my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it's for my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe I will receive.
So let's stand up and take hands and share with each other our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song. Have a joyous and prosperous new year, and have fun!